All right, everybody. So think about this for a second. You're in like a huge office building, right? Everything's running how it should be. Lights are on, AC's going, and we won't even talk about what's going on in the bathrooms.
Someone's got to think about it.
Exactly. Someone's got to think about it. But someone's also got to take care of it, which is where these often unsung heroes come in, the facilities managers.
Yeah. And what we found out is this job's about a lot more than just, fixing leaky faucets, which is what most people think about.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I thought it was a lot of fixing leaky faucets, too. But for this deep dive, we actually looked at RoleCatcher.com, and it turns out these facilities managers, they're the strategic minds behind the scenes. I mean, they plan these long-term maintenance schedules. They decide the best layout for your office.
I mean, you think about it.
That's a lot.
It's a lot of responsibility.
Yeah, and RoleCatcher actually mentioned that smart space management from these guys saved one company millions, literally millions, in real estate costs.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a big deal.
It really is a big deal, and it affects, everybody in the company. I mean, think about it. How comfortable you are at your desk.
It's true.
How efficient your workflow is. A lot of that is thanks to a good facilities manager.
It's so true.
Yeah.
It really makes you realize, like, how much thought goes into even just something as simple as where they put your desk. But it gets even more intense because they're dealing with some really serious responsibilities too, right?
Oh, yeah. Big time. I mean, they're responsible for ensuring, health and safety, right? Which, come on, in today's world, that's a big deal.
It's a huge deal.
Yeah, it's not just like putting up a wet floor sign. They're managing procedures. They're making sure everyone's up to code. That's a lot of pressure.
And we haven't even mentioned fire safety and security yet.
Yeah.
I mean, we've all been through those fire drills, but these are the guys, right, developing those emergency plans,
Yeah.
working with the fire marshal.
Oh, yeah, they're the ones making sure that those alarm systems actually work, too.
Exactly.
It's all on them.
It really is.
Yeah.
And they also, what was it called? They manage the utilities and stuff?
Yeah, the utilities infrastructure. So, electricity, water, HVAC.
HVAC? I can never remember. What's HVAC again?
So HVAC, that's heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. It's all that stuff that makes the building, livable in the first place. Yeah. And they're the ones who have to make sure it's all running smoothly.
It's like they're conductors
Yeah.
of this giant orchestra. Instead of instruments, it's air conditioners and fire alarms.
Yeah, that's a great analogy. And just a conductor needs to know how to work every instrument. A good facilities manager, they need to keep up with all the latest technology, too.
Oh, speaking of technology, they mentioned this thing, I think it was called a building management system in one of these RoleCatcher things.
Yeah, BMS.
It sounds pretty high-tech.
It is. So a BMS, think of it like the central nervous system for the whole building. You can control everything.
Yeah.
Temperature, all the lights, even the security systems.
From one place.
All from one dashboard. That's the power of a BMS.
See, now that's impressive to me. But you would need some serious tech skills to be able to manage something that complex, right?
Oh, absolutely. And that's just one example of how technology is changing this whole field. RoleCatcher even mentioned that some places are using drones for building inspections now.
Drones? Hold on. So instead of climbing around the ceiling or whatever, they just send a drone to check for problems.
Yeah.
That's wild. What else are they doing? Are they using drones for everything? What is this? The future?
Pretty much. And it's not just drones. RoleCatcher also talked about how they're using, get this, virtual and augmented reality for training.
Whoa, hold on. VR. Like that stuff you use with the headsets.
Yeah, exactly. And it makes total sense when you think about it. Instead of just reading about these complex systems in a boring old manual, they can actually experience it firsthand, safely.
So instead of crashing a real air conditioner, they can, crash a virtual one and not get in trouble?
Pretty much. It's way more effective than just, reading about it in a book.
I bet. Okay, so we've got drones, smart buildings, VR training. This is way more high-tech than I ever would have thought.
Oh, for sure. And with all this new technology comes a demand for, new skills.
Right, yeah. Speaking of which, RoleCatcher mentioned that AI is even changing how companies hire for these roles now.
It's true. Their AI can actually analyze, tons of job postings and figure out the exact skills employers want to see.
So it's not just enough to be oh, I know how to use a wrench. You have to be I can program a smart thermostat.
Exactly. Knowing about building management systems, energy efficiency, maybe even those drones we talked about, that's the kind of stuff that'll make you stand out.
It's like AI is writing your resume for you.
In a way, yeah. And actually, RoleCatcher has even more cool tools for job seekers, too. They've got this job board that pulls listings from all over the place.
Oh, that's nice. So you don't have to waste your time, going to 50 different websites, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Saves you so much time and energy.
But does it just, like, show you every single job under the sun? Or does it, like, understand what you're looking for?
Well, that's where the AI comes in again. You tell it your skills, what you're into, all that good stuff, and it'll recommend jobs that actually fit what you want to do.
Wow. That's actually really cool. So it's like having a personal recruiter in your pocket.
Right. And that's not even all of it. They even have, are you ready for this?
They have AI that does the interview for you, don't they?
Not quite, but close. They've got this whole AI-powered interview prep tool. You can practice answering common interview questions.
Oh, that's smart. So you can work out all the ums and ahs beforehand.
Exactly. It's so helpful to practice, especially when they hit you with those curveball questions.
Like, tell me about your biggest weakness. I hate those. But honestly, it sounds like RoleCatcher has thought of everything.
Yeah.
But even if someone's not looking for a job in,
Facilities management.
yeah, facilities management, I still feel like there's got to be something everyone can take away from this deep dive, right? Yeah.
Oh, for sure. I think, first of all, it really makes you appreciate the people who keep our workplaces running. Like, they do so much behind the scenes that we don't even think about.
It's true. It's like we take it for granted, but they're the ones making sure, the lights are on, the AC is working.
Yeah, that we have a safe and comfortable place to work. We should all be sending thank you notes to our facilities managers.
Totally agree. But also, it kind of makes you think about the bigger picture, right? Like, we just saw how much technology is changing this one field, but it makes you wonder, what other industries are being, like, totally transformed without us even realizing?
That's the big question, isn't it? And it's something we should all be thinking about no matter what we do. What skills are going to be useful in the future? How can we all stay ahead of the curve?
It kind of makes you feel like you got to go learn a new skill, like, right now.
Well, hey.
Like, maybe I should go sign up for those drone flying lessons.
There you go. Get ahead of the game.
Yay.
But seriously, though, I think the real takeaway here is, like, we got to be open to always learning new stuff.
Yeah. So, like, new technologies, new ways of doing things. Don't be afraid to, get out of your comfort zone a bit.
Exactly. And who knows, maybe the next time we do one of these deep dives on facilities management, it'll be all about how AI is running the whole show.
And the facilities managers are just, like, kicking back, writing poetry.
There you go.
That's a future I can get behind.
Right.
Someone needs to invent a robot that can unclog a sink, though. That's what I really need.
Yeah.
But hey, a podcast host can dream, can't she?
That's right. Gotta have goals. But I think we gave everyone, like, a lot to think about today.
Sure. A huge thanks to RoleCatcher.com for all these, like, honestly, really fascinating insights. And listeners, if you want to learn more, and I know you do, head over to their website, check it out.
They've got tons of info on facilities management, other career paths, and job searching, interview tips. They've really got it all.
Seriously, it's like the one-stop shop if you want to, step up your career game. Even if you're not, like, desperately searching for a job right now, it's still good to see what's out there.
100%. It's all about staying ahead of the game.
That's right. Knowledge is power.
Truer words have never been spoken.
All right, everyone. So we'll leave you with that thought.
Yeah.
Go forth, learn new things, and maybe think twice next time you put in a maintenance request. Until next time, keep on diving deep and stay curious.